guys, happy Fry. Yay! I have a awesome book that I can't wait to share with you. It is called The Koala Who Could. And the author is Rachel Bright and the illustrator is Jim Field. And they both do such an awesome job at putting this book together. They worked as a team and to tell a great story. So as I read you the story, I want you to think about what Rachel Bright or what the author's message was, right? Why did she write this story? So we're going to listen to it. And similar to the two other books that we've read this week, Now, What's That Sound, and Whistle for Willie, in this story, there's a problem and a solution. So as I'm reading, I want you to kind of predict if you can figure out what the problem is, and then maybe what the solution will be. Let's find out. So this story, I forget if I said it, this story is fiction. It is fantasy. It could not happen in real life. And sometimes in fiction books, they give us some things that make us think, well, maybe it's not fiction. But as you read on, you'll find that usually in fiction books and fantasy particularly, there are animals that will have dialogue, right? And things that could not really happen in real life, like animals talking, right? That could not really happen in real life. So, The Koala Who Could. In a wonderful place where the day was just dawning and the breezes blew soft on a warm, golden morning, in a place where the creatures ran wild and played free, a koala called Kevin clung to a tree. You see him? Anybody know where koalas live? What about the rest of this landscape? Does it look like a certain part of the world that you've ever looked at before? Those are kangaroos. Where do kangaroos live? Do you guys know? Kangaroos and koalas live in Australia. So the setting of this story is in Australia. A nicer gray fellow you never would meet, as soft as a soft thing from ear tufts to feet. His favorite way to relax in the sun was to cling and to nap and to munch a leaf bun. And after all this, well, he'd need a nice rest. Yes, Kevin liked sticking to what he knew best. Any predictions as to what might happen? He liked sticking to what he knows best. You see, high up was safe since he liked a slow pace, while the ground down below seemed a frightening place. Look what Rachel Bright did here as she wants us to read it, right? She's making the words larger and bigger. Too fast and too loud and too big and too strange. Nope, Kevin preferred not to move or to change. So Kevin doesn't like change. He doesn't like all that action down there, right? So he clung to his tree as he knew what to do and was never too keen to try anything new. Never too keen to try anything new. Means he didn't want to try anything new, right? So when Wombat stopped by and shouted one day, "Hey, Kevin, why don't you come down here and play?" I think, he replied, "I should stay on my plant. I'm busy right now. No, I'm sorry. I can't." Could he really not? Or did he not want to? He doesn't want to. "Why not?" cried the Ruse with a super loud cheer. "Guess why?" called the Dingoes. "There's nothing to fear." But Kevin, who'd never been one to act fast, said, "I've clinging to do, but it's nice that you asked." He's clinging to do. What does he have to do? He's saying he has to hang on to the tree. As Kevin sat watching them chatter and share, a part of him wished he could join in down there. But he knew he'd miss home. It was so dark and so late. The whole thing was risky. Adventure could wait. Whatever the invite, he'd always say no. Oh dear, it seemed Kevin just couldn't let go. So what's the problem? Kevin is scared. He's scared to get down from his tree. He's nervous about change, right? He thinks that the things going on down below that he's not going to know how to handle, right? So the problem is that Kevin is scared. And what is it that he's scared of? He's scared to get down from his tree. Well, do you guys have any predictions as to what the solution might be? Or how it's going to happen? He's scared to let go and to go down. He's scared of change because he doesn't know what's going to happen once he goes down there. He's scared that everyone's going to move too fast and be too loud, and he's not going to like it. And he's imagining being stuck in the cold rain down on the ground, and that maybe a crocodile or an alligator might come eat him. Would those things really happen? I mean, maybe, but he's never going to know unless he tries, right? So let's find out about Kevin the koala. So his life was the same, no matter the day. The weeks came and went, and the months rolled away. And Kevin stayed still while the world moved around until he awoke to a worrying sound. Look at that word, sound. Tap, tap, the sound went. Well, this was a blow. Tap, tappity, tap, 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 tap. Oh, no. What is it? Just like in our book earlier this week, right? What's that sound? A woodpecker is pecking through the wood on Kevin's tree, on his plant. And look, here's the woodpecker. What's going to happen? Uncling! The crowd called, which had gathered below. Leap, and we'll catch you. Just let yourself go. So he's holding on, and look, the tree is starting to break because the woodpecker pecked all the way through. But Kevin was scared. Let go! I shan't! I won't! Shouted Kevin. Oh dear, What's happening? It's gonna fall, it's gonna fall. But he still won't let go. What do you think's gonna happen? I can. So we see that big speech bubble as he's screaming, as he's yelling, as he's falling down. And we have an onomatopoeia word, right? Down came the tree, and with it was bringing crash and a wallop. A Kevin still clinging. Even though the tree is falling, he still didn't want to let go. Kevin, he carefully opened one eye and looked up at the love staring down from the sky. Who was giving him love? All of his friends that always asked if he would come play, right? Then one paw by one paw, he loosened his hold. He felt springy and light and happy and bold. Sometimes bold could mean the word brave, right? He felt brave enough. He was finally down. The worst he could think of had now come to pass, and he was just fine. Why, he felt quite first class. So when Wombat leaned over and held his paw out, Kevin no longer felt worry or doubt. When Dingo asked, "Now will you come out to play?" the crowd all joined in with, "What do you say?" And even though this wasn't part of his plan, Kevin replied, "Yes, I think that I can." And Kevin from then on was always can do. Look at him, he's running around playing. Because life can be great when you try something new. And life can be great when you try something new. So, what happened to poor Kevin the koala? At the beginning of this story, he was so scared to try something new and get down from his tree. He couldn't think about all the fun he could have because he was so worried about all the bad things that might happen. But the tree fell down and he had to get out of it, right? He fell out when the tree fell down. So he went down from the tree and realized he was fine and he wasn't scared anymore. So what happened? Steps to the solution. The tree fell. So Kevin realized he was just fine. And wasn't scared anymore. So I hope you guys really like that story. I love it so much. And what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to show you how we're going to make our own Kevin the Koala. So I'm going to just stop this video and make a new one. That way you can go get yourself a paper and some pencil and an eraser. And we're going to make our own Kevin the Koala. And we'll brainstorm some of the things that we're scared of. And we'll realize, just like Kevin the Koala did, that life can be great when you try something new, right? Because life can be great when you try something new. All right, guys, I'll see you in a little bit to draw Kevin.